What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and on this video is going to be a trade recap on Friday's trade. I am recording this a day later just because I had a lot of stuff to do on Friday. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Make sure to join the Discord. It is completely free. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to go follow me on TikTok. I'm going to start being more consistent on there now. I haven't posted in a while, but I'm going to start posting again. Yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure you guys join the Discord. I am always live every single Friday from now on, and then I'll probably start going live on Wednesdays as well. But other than that, boys, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I like this shit, boy. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on this trade. Alright, boys, so this was on NQ. Alright, let me show you guys the profit first so you guys don't think, oh, this guy's just faking it. But let me see if I can pull out a report if I don't expose too much information, you know what I mean? Alright. So I made 167 with 18 cents. Like as you guys can see here, this is going to be my P&L for yesterday. You can see the dates there, I think. Yesterday, it says yesterday, yeah. Yesterday, boom, boy. Boom. But yeah, I made $170. Of course, it's a live account. Ain't no way I'm gonna be making $107 on a demo. Like, anyways, let's go ahead and get started on this trade right here. Okay, so first of all, like I said, you always want to see the price action first, like, or the EMAs. So if you guys don't have these EMAs here, make sure to join the Discord. Free, by the way. I can show you guys my EMA settings, but if, like I said on previous videos, I've said once the EMAs are flat like this, that is when price is just going to be ranging. I don't care if it breaks up or above or below, whatever, I don't care. I am not trading that price action, right? So on NQ, we actually had a good price action on Friday, even though the days before we were just consolidating like this, just nothing really moving. Like it was just a slow trading day. Okay, so these were the EMAs before market open. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see what happens. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so this is going to be when market opens. So this is the 8:30 candle right here. Okay, so as you guys can see, this 8:30 candle, it did break below the 13 EMA and also break down between the 13 and 50. Okay, so let me repeat that again, bro, because oh, look at my forms, bro. Like, look at that, bro. Anyways, okay, like I said, like I was saying, this candle had broken to the 13 EMA, had broke through the 13 EMA, and also broke through the 50 SMA. The 13 is a yellow, the 50 is a orange. Broke through, and like I said, we do trade 13 EMA breakouts, but we do not trade them during market open. Like, if I would have taken this, look at that, look how huge my stop loss is, and then for me to hit a 1-on-1, I have to go all the way down here. That's a 1-on-1, and I don't even think it played out. Well, it did play out, but let me show you guys the actual trade that I took. Okay, so it was like this right here, and then we had created a 15-minute supply zone. Alright, so we had created a 15-minute supply zone right here, which was really good, right? Because like I said, we created a push to the downside. We were overly bearish. We were literally bearish. We were on a downtrend. As you guys can see, if you guys go on the 4-hour, well, we're consolidating, but we know that we're on a downtrend just because that we should go for sales just because of this war that's going on. I preferably go for sales on NQ unless it gives me a bullish bias. Then of course I'll switch my my bias, of course, right? So this is the 15-minute supply zone. Let's just wait for it to tap. Okay, as you guys can see here, this candle tapped right here. Okay, So this candle tapped into my supply zone, retraced back to my supply zone, and also rejected the 13 EMA. If I would have entered off a break of the candle, which anybody could have, right? Like I said, anybody can trade off a break of the candle. You can obviously trade like this, but I decided to enter off of the 1 minute. All right, so as you guys can see here on the 1 minute, we rejected the EMAs twice. This one candle decided to break the 13 EMA, so I decided to take this trade from here once it closed, and then above the high of the candle that closed below the 13 EMA. Okay, so from there I decided to go for this low right here, which is going to be London's lowest low, right? So like I said, basically if NQ decided to keep going down, that would have been a break of structure. If NQ decided to retrace back up, that would have been liquidity, right? But let's see what happens now. Boom, one candle, I was already up a 1-on-1. And then 2 candles in 10 minutes, I was already done for the day, making $170, right? Doesn't seem as much, but at the end of the day, profit is profit, and I'm very happy with that. You know, I'm going to keep leveling up. Sooner or later, I'm going to be hitting those $500, $1,000 trades, but for right now, I'm hitting $170 to $300 trades. But it is what it is, and like I said, this is a very simple. I trade supply and demand, either enter off a break of the enter break of the candle, sorry, or I enter off a 13 EMA breakout. Like right here, I entered off a 13 EMA breakout, and anybody could have joined off of break of the candle. Okay, now let's see what market did after. Just consolidated. Literally didn't do anything else. So I literally caught the move of the day, and that's that, and that's how I made $170. Okay, but I was looking at gold at some time. So when I ever trade gold, I'd like to trade gold whenever it's like between 7:30 and I would say 9. After 9, there's literally no movement. Like that's what I've been seeing lately on gold, right? So as you guys can see, the reason why I avoided all of this was just because of the 13 EMAs. Look how ugly they are on the 5 minute and the 1 minute. Like, there's just really not much to look for. Okay, so now let's see what happens. The only trade that I was looking to get at was right here, right? That I would have taken. Okay, that I would have potentially taken, but I didn't take it because of the 13 EMA, or the EMAs were all just flat. So there's no point of me taking that. So the only trade that I would have taken was this one right here, 13 EMA breakout. And the reason being why is because, as you guys can see, we are bullish as hell on gold. Like, as you guys can see, we've been dumping since March 2nd. We are in March 21st. We've been dumping for 2 weeks already. Okay, so we've been dumping, and as you guys can see here, we had created a break of structure. Oh shoot. We had created a break of structure right here, right? So this is basically being a lower low, lower high, and then we took out the sells right here. We took out London's low, right? And so the reason why I was gonna take this right here in the 5 minute was because, as you guys can see, these candles had closed above the 50 and the 13 EMA, right? But it did not close above the 200, right? If it would have closed above the 200, then maybe we could have either had a bullish bias, or we would have just never traded this because this would have just been ranging, right? But as you guys can see, we rejected the 200, but we did close above the 13 and 50 SMA. So I would have entered like this, and I would have went for a 101 and then leave a runner for a 102. Basically take out London's low, and this would have been a 103, right? So if I would have taken this trade, I would have hit a 103, but I didn't. I decided to just wait for NQ, just because like the past days on gold has just been completely shit, like garbage. Like, I don't want to look at this at all. Like, look at this, bro. I don't know, this week was just horrible. But yeah, this was the only trade that I would have taken on gold, but I didn't. Decided to wait for NQ. Caught a 1 to 1.5 R risk to reward, right? Could have went for the 102, but sadly I didn't. But it is what it is. I took out the, I had my take profit at the right place, have my stop loss at the right place. So that's all that matters, right? Of course, you're not gonna be fucking risking, not risking, but of course you're not going to try and get the whole move. You have to have your take profit at a set point where you think price is going to react of, right? So like I said right here, I decided to put my take profit right here at the low of London, just because right, this could have been liquidity, and as well as this could have been liquidity, and we could have been just reacted and we could have got stopped out at break even. Right, so once they took it out, we just consolidated for the rest of the day, and then we did continue to go lower, but like I said, bro, ain't no way I'm waiting all that just to fucking hit take profit and what, make $100 more. Hell no. So yeah, so it's very important to have your take profits at a key point. But yeah, other than that, boys, that is going to wrap up this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Se meten los de las capuchas, andan bien